Hey guys, it's Kelsey and I'm back with Mercy Tiara's 27-day inspirational YouTube hop. It should not be any shock what challenge I chose to work with for this. I usually always do a mood board and I love this one. I actually picked this mood board before I had my hands on this kit. So I was very lucky to find out that it went absolutely perfect with the mini kit Christina sent me from the Secret Not Secret Kit Club. As you probably already heard this month, I am guest designing with her along with Sarah Scraps this month using her mini kit she sent us. I believe we both got My Mind's Eye Gingham Gardens. I don't know if they're identical or not, but I just have been having so much fun with it. And this is actually the first layout, or full layout I should say, I've done with this collection. As soon as I got my hands on it, I wanted to play with the cut file. I backed it in vellum, had it ready to go, and then I realized I needed some other papers to map my photo with, and I didn't have any scraps yet, so I set that aside, created this page, and then took the scraps from this page and went back to complete that other layout. So that's kind of how my mind worked with getting this collection used up. I got 5 double-sided sheets in this collection because it is a little mini collection. So I was trying to be frugal with how I went about designing my pages, and so I would get my scraps and my supplies used up as efficiently as possible. So when I went to play with this page, I know I wanted to pull in 3 papers from the collection that Christina sent me, one being this pink plaid for sure and this text paper, but there are also some nice bluey green elements in that mood board, and there's this really nice gingham that also came in the collection, so I thought it would be nice to pull that in for a couple hits, just so you also had that influence from the mood board on this page. But I knew for sure I wanted this pink and this text. I just thought it screamed that mood board. It was just so pretty together, and I, as much as I said that it might be a little busy using this text as a background, I couldn't help myself. So I'm doing it. I don't think it turns out too busy, so you'll see what I end up doing. This white envelope you see here was part of the packaging that came with this collection. I mentioned this in the first page you've seen me use with this collection. Christina always packages things with things that are also usable for the kit, so that's really appreciated. I just love how much thought goes into her packaging these kits and her supplying me with so many different things that isn't part of the collection but that go with the collection flawlessly. So I'm getting this envelope used up on the page. I had some burlap that Jennifer had sent me, and I also felt like that warm tone and that texture went really well with the mood board as well, so I'm pulling that in as a photo mat. As well as these sweet little vellum envelope that came in this collection. I love that Christina gave us some of these, and I just felt like they needed to go on this page with something. So I did want to get some hearts on the page, and I had just bought, I think it was like 100 assorted wooden hearts from Amazon, and it was like $1 or $2. So I had just received those and thought it would be really sweet to fill up this vellum envelope with those wood veneer. So you can see that's what I did there. I'm just going to put a heart wood veneer on the tip of the envelope to glue it and secure on place. It's not going to open on the page because the envelopes are really well made and secure, so I don't think anything's going to slip out of them that you don't want to, but I did just want to make sure it was secure with one of those heart wood veneer on top. I also like that you got the raw wood veneer outside of the vellum envelope, so you could see exactly what was in the envelope. So I really like that touch. Here's that green paper I was talking about. Definitely wanted a little bit of that on the page, so I'm using that as a large layer behind this white envelope. And I just think that's perfect. I just love how well it went with this mood board. It was just very serendipitous, especially because I picked this mood board before I knew what I was be working with this month. So it just worked out so perfect. So I'm gluing all of this down. I know I want my layers like this. I'm not quite sure how long I want this greeny gray gingham to be, so I just am letting it hang out for a little bit while I glue the rest of this down. To the left there, you can see some other things that came in this collection. We had some stamps to play with, an assortment of some die cut pieces that coordinated really well, and some stamp stickers. I don't think I used the stamp stickers on this one. I definitely pull in some of those other elements though. And you can see I also have added the wood veneer and these washi to this little collection here because I wanted to pull in some more elements that reminded me of that mood board. And the wood veneer, I definitely wanted to pull in that warmth and that wood texture that was in that board. So this is kind of what I'm starting with. I really wanted to get one of the branding strips used up as well. So you can see I have that little white with black plus signs, and I put some heart washi over the top of it, so it gives you a really cool texture because you can see the plus signs through the translucency of the washi. But I love this two-tone pink heart. Also really reminded me of the mood board, so I like that I got that little detail on there as well. So yeah, and I decided I needed a little something in the upper right hand corner. I was just focusing so much on my photo cluster because I was so excited about the burlap in this envelope and the packaging. So I decided to go with the Gingham Gardens sticker sheet that came with the mini kit, and I just wanted to layer up a few things to create a little cluster for that top section. So I took one of the tags, this big "You Are My Home and My Adventure All at Once." I love that. That was my favorite sticker from that sticker sheet, and I needed to get it used up, and I figured since it was a picture of Billy and he's just my little partner in crime that was super appropriate. So I did just throw some black and white twine on that tag as well. But I love that for a little cluster up there. You can see me pulling in that pink die cut ticket shape just to fill all of that out a little bit. I did save half of that ticket sheet, so you can see me trying to find a place for that as well. I definitely don't like wasting die cuts if it's going to be tucked behind something else. So I cut the piece of the ticket that was going to be hidden behind the rest of that embellishment cluster to use in a separate spot. So really like that. And then you can see once I put those two pink elements down, I felt like I needed one more element to create this visual triangle with the pink. So I got that circular die cut piece that she sent on here as well. I think that creates a really nice balance. So I'm just going to glue that down on top of that little wood veneer envelope and fill it out a little bit with another tag that came with the die cuts that she sent me. I just wanted something to beef out that cluster a little bit more. And since I did have this black and white twine on the tag in the upper right hand corner, I'm going to add that to that tag as well, so that is also balanced across the page. So I really like that. I definitely still need a title and a little bit of journaling. So I'll get to that in a minute. This was when Billy and I were still at UGA and he was still in the Guide Dog Foundation. We usually only have the puppies for a year before they graduate their puppy training portion, which is where they're with us, and then they go to New York for their advanced training before they're matched with a person. So every month we basically celebrate it as a birthday. Since we only have them for a year, we really want to it sounds stupid that we celebrate like our dog's birthdays every month, but when you only have them for a year, it's really special when they get older to celebrate all the little benchmarks. So one of our friends' dogs had just turned 1 year old, which is very bittersweet because you know that your time with them is almost done, but it's exciting because they've come all this long way and are ready for the next step in their guide dog journey. But we do throw birthday parties for them. I didn't throw one for Billy, but Echo's trainer did. And so you can see in the background just a whole bunch of these guide dog puppies that all came together and got to play at the dog park for Echo's birthday. So that's what this page is about. So that's what I'm titling it. I'm taking these super cool thickers that Christina included in this mini kit. They are white, but they have this foily sheen on them that when it catches the light in different ways, it gives you a really cool flash of color. It's not super in your face like neon, but it's just a subtle little touch that looks super cool, but it's not distracting on subtle pages like this. So I'm just calling it Echo's birthday. I thought that was all I really needed to say on it. And then I just wanted to pull in a couple more wood veneer just because I noticed all the wood veneer in that wood veneer envelope is all by itself on the page. So I wanted to pull those into a separate part of the page as well. So that was balanced. So I'm adding 2 little wood veneer hearts to the upper cluster as well, just so they're somewhere else. That makes me feel a lot better about them. So yeah, that is pretty much the design. I still need to do some journaling, and I just felt like it needed another little touch of something. But I wanted it to be soft and not distract because I already have this text background. So I decided to pull in some vellum. I have my awesome notebook punch that Kelly sent me. I'm obsessed with this punch still. So I'm going to do a notebook punch. I really enjoyed using them on my pages going backwards because I'm in school at this point. I'm at, college. So using a notebook punch just kind of takes me back to the spiral notebooks and being in class and taking notes. So even though this isn't a specific page about me being in class or studying, I just thought it was really appropriate for the time. So I love having this notebook punch on the vellum. I'm going to tuck that along the top border of the photo layers, and then I have just another scrap of vellum that I cut to tuck under the bottom. I didn't want to do a notebook punch on that piece. I just wanted that detail on the top. So you'll see what that looks like when I tuck it here in a minute. But I thought that was so cool. It added another soft detail. It reminded me of the mood board in an abstract way. I just felt like it went, but it also toned down this text background paper before you hit these paper layers. I think that little bit of a break that you get with the vellum before you hit the other pattern papers helps that background not be as busy, at least to me. So I like how the vellum edition added that. I don't know if you also saw me create a third little cluster down there. I added one of the ampersands from that thicker sheet so that texture was somewhere else as well. But I'm doing my journaling. It just says Billy and I attended Echo's 1-year birthday and got to hang out with lots of pups. And then I'm going in with some Black Nouveau drops. I have that black sticker up there and the black and white twine, and there's black in the text, but I just feel like I needed another black element so it didn't seem so out of place. So I'm adding some Black Nouveau drops in a couple clusters, but that is my page. So here are the close-ups. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you check out everyone else in the hop. And if any of these challenges are inspiring to you, please join us on our Facebook group so we can all see there are prizes and lots of fun ladies to work with. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.